DK Suresh is a Lok Sabha MP from the Congress party from Karnataka. He is the brother of Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, DK Shivakumar, the lesser known of the two brothers. But here he is making headlines for a very familiar reason this election season, viewer, and that is for a comment he made in anger when he says that if the North treats the South in this manner, then the South will have to think about becoming a separate country. He was speaking with a great deal of political anger about funds from the central government that are given to southern states. This has been a point of contention for a very long time. It's been a point of politics and has been a flashpoint and a friction area in federal relations between the central government and southern states across different dispensations for decades together. But DK Suresh's comment threatening a separate nation cannot simply be dismissed as political anger now, because it comes in the wake of repeated taunts and pokes and gestures and comments, specifically from the Congress party and its allies, that seem to amplify the North-South divide. It was none other than Rahul Gandhi himself who began this, who triggered this entire North-South politics a few years ago, during the Kerala election campaign, when he said he finds South politics more refreshing compared to the North. That had triggered a huge conversation. After the Congress was practically obliterated in the heartland states late last year, in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, winning handsomely in Telangana, various Congress leaders talked about how it is the South. Karti Chidambaram and others had even gone onto social media to praise the South. The assumption and the projection was the South has protected the Congress and democracy while the North has not. All of this once again remained in the realm of politics, except that the Congress was not able to explain away or troubleshoot a virulent comment made by DK Suresh's own ally and colleague from the DMK in the Lok Sabha a few days later, when he talked about how the Gaumutra states had voted for the BJP, basically contemptuously dismissing the politics of one entire half of the country. It is in the wake of this poisonous separatist politics, even though it is not rooted in real separatism, but this political anger, one cannot ignore what DK Suresh has said, because it seems now that the Congress party, after evaporating practically in the entire northern part of the country, save for a couple of places here and there, including Himachal Pradesh, the Congress party appears to have given up on the Hindi heartland. And DK Suresh's comment, far less about political anger, far less about a heat of the moment comment, but probably a pattern of trying to create a narrative of North versus South, which will be very, very important and very significant going into the current election. Remember, the Congress, which was reduced to its historic lowest in the 2014 election, managed to only climb up a little bit to a little over 50 seats in the 2019 election, but now is looking to consolidate and rise above that dismal figure. And it sees the South as its main vote bank. It sees the South from where, especially in Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, as the places where it will get most of its Lok Sabha seats. Is that what this is about? Is that what this cynical politics is about? Is that what this irresponsible, threatening separatism is really about? Or is it about political anger? That we will leave to voters and viewers to decide. But the politics has echoed and resonated in Parliament as well, leading to angry scenes from Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who is, of course, from the South. Mallikarjun Kharge has also from the South, forced to get into troubleshoot mode. This is the latest controversy triggered by the Congress party on the North-South issue. Take a look.
Talking about dividing this country, sitting member of the House.
ये देश को बांटने की सोच है, जिस प्रकार से देश के संविधान के ऊपर ये आहत है.
Sloganeering and ruckus. Parliament on Friday witnessed chaotic scenes over Congress MP DK Suresh's remark that South India may have to become a separate nation. After Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented interim budget, Suresh, the brother of Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar, claimed that South India was getting ignored by the centre, and this will eventually lead people in the South to demand a separate country.
ಉತ್ತರ ಭಾರತದ ಕಡೆ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಹಂಚ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಖಂಡಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಬೇಡಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ಇಡಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯನ್ನ ಹಿಂದಿ ಪ್ರದೇಶದವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀನಿ.
His remarks sparked a fiery exchange of words between the BJP and the Congress. Union ministers Nirmala Sitharaman and Piyush Goyal attacked the grand old party, while Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge was in damage control mode.
What more can be important than the unity of this country, sir? At that time, we have learned senior member from another party in the opposition talking to us about the role of the
honorable members.
This is diversionary.
अगर कोई भी देश को तोड़ने की बात किया, हम कभी सहन नहीं करेंगे, चाहे वो किसी पार्टी का हो, चाहे मेरे पार्टी का हो, चाहे उनके पार्टी का हो, चाहे और किसी के। मैं समझता हूँ ये देश को बांटने की सोच है। जिस प्रकार से देश के संविधान के ऊपर ये आहत है, देश के संविधान का अपमान है, जिस प्रकार से देश की एकता और अखंडता के ऊपर ये अपमान किया गया,
देश तोड़ने का बात हुआ है सर। ये बहुत बड़ा गलती किया है, बहुत बड़ा मेरे हिसाब से तो बहुत बड़ा क्राइम है.
The Congress distanced itself from the remark on separate nationhood, but backed Suresh's charge that the centre is punishing non-BJP states that are doing well.
Bihar, UP, Madhya Pradesh, they are getting more land share compared to Karnataka, because Karnataka is the second state as far as the tax collection is concerned.
Mr. Suresh or any other leader, party or any other leader, may consider the pain of South India.
Suresh's remark has once again reignited the North-South debate. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, I'm joined now by India Today's Sagai Raj in Bengaluru and Mosmi Singh, who tracks the Congress party and reports from Parliament as well. Sagai, DK Suresh, Lok Sabha MP from Karnataka, continuing the whole North-South divide politics. His latest comment has found a resonance in Parliament today as well.
Absolutely, and he's a lone Congress MP from Karnataka. Remember, Congress has only one seat from the state of Karnataka in the year 2019. And if you notice that Karnataka Congress government time and again has said that the central government is not giving the funds which has been deserved for the state of Karnataka. In fact, the leaders have treated that if Karnataka pays around 100 rupees, in return they are getting around 13 rupees 9 paise. It is second after Maharashtra which gets the lowest 7 rupees 7 paise. And following that, it is Karnataka which get 13 rupees 9 paise in direct taxes. So they have time and again criticized this. Even the opposition has kept quiet on this, saying that there is a finance commission, will look into it. But when it comes to the statement of a separate nation, everybody has criticized. As we narrated in the story, even the Congress leaders are trying to maintain distance from this particular statement of DK Suresh. Even Mallikarjun Kharge has criticized on the floor of a house. But definitely everybody is backing him when it comes to the stats and claiming that they have not got the GST funds which they deserved, like other states in the North India.
Except all those substantive points seem to have evaporated in the heat of the comment where he said a separate country in the south. Mosmi, angry scenes in Parliament. DK Suresh may have been making a substantive point about GST, and the entitlements of the south from the central government, but nobody's paying attention to that because he's handed the BJP a very sharp weapon in keeping with the whole North-South divide. And this is an incendiary issue because it's okay to talk about North-South, but when you talk about a separate country, that crosses a line, and the BJP would have been waiting for something like this.
Oh, absolutely, Shiv. And even that actually is proven with the fact that the Congress president had to vehemently, condemned the
Yes.
statement that DK Suresh made, or perhaps said that he hadn't made. Later on, he added that he didn't mean to say that, but he said that we stand for one country and we are the last persons who would actually demand a separate country or approve anything of that sort. But the important point is that, as you said, it's a double-edged sword. The question really is that did DK Suresh go to the extent of taking that extreme viewpoint so that he could be heard, or would he be heard if he had just mentioned about the stepmotherly treatment that was meted out to the southern states? And you know, interestingly, he's found an approver in Keshav Rao, the BRS leader, who said that if you read and hear what DK Suresh says, it's a fear that we share, all of us share in the south. If this continues, then the isolation of the south with the north will only grow.
Okay, very interesting and a very, very touchy topic. I can tell you, and Mosmi and I have reported from the South extensively as well, that this is an emotive issue. You know, it's easy to simply look at it and say, both politics hai, but the North-South divide, which is obviously being amplified for politicians for their own vested interests, is something, that is a serious issue that many people have sentiments about in the South, and it's going to be contingent on all national leaders to make sure that nobody actually feels this way, least of all our elected representatives. Thanks very much, Mosmi and Sagai, for joining me on that story. Now remember, election season means all the hot button issues, the hot button proposals are all going to come bubbling to the surface with each passing day and each passing hour. You've heard about CAA yesterday. Uniform Civil Code is another hot button topic that you're going to be hearing a lot of in the next few weeks. In fact, it's going to happen soon in Uttarakhand. A 5-member panel headed by Justice Ranjana Prakash Desai has been formed to draft the Uniform Civil Code. Submitted the document to Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami on Friday, basically setting the ball rolling for UCC in the mountainous state. A special 4-day session of the Uttarakhand Assembly will be held from February 5th to 8th to pass a legislation on UCC. After receiving that draft, the state government will approve it in a cabinet meeting on Saturday. The draft is likely to be tabled in the form of a bill in the House on February the 6th. Dhami stated it was an important day for the people of the state, as the UCC will help to realize their vision of Ek Bharat, Shresht Bharat. If implemented, Uttarakhand will become the first state in India after independence to adopt a uniform civil code.
मई 2022 से काम करना शुरू किया और आज 2 फरवरी 2024 को उन्होंने अपना ड्राफ्ट हमको दे दिया। आज हमको लगभग 740 पेज, जिसमें कि 4 वॉल्यूम में ये रिपोर्ट दी है। इस रिपोर्ट को आज हमें मिली है। इसको हमारा जो विधि डिपार्टमेंट है, संसदीय कार्य विभाग है, सभी विभाग उसको देखेंगे।
Ankit Sharma joins me live from Dehradun. Ankit, Uttarakhand in line to become the first state in India to have UCC. The government has set the ball rolling now. Is there a time frame within which you see it happening, Ankit?
Yeah, the time frame has been set, Shiv. And let me tell you, today when CM Pushkar Singh Dhami received the bill, there were committee members present over there. And after that, CM has flown directly to Delhi, where he held a press conference. And he told that it took almost 2 years, because in 2022, February, before the general elections, the Vidhan Sabha elections, CM Pushkar Singh Dhami had promised that he will bring in the UCC bill. And just after 2 years, in February 2024, the bill is going to be a reality very soon. Tomorrow, the cabinet has been called in. Pushkar Singh Dhami, along with his ministers, will sit and pass the bill for further process. And the assembly is also scheduled for the session, which is called the special UCC session, from 5th February to 8th February. And it is likely that on 6th February, the bill will be tabled for discussion, and on 7th, this will be, we can say that history is in the making.
Yeah.
Uttarakhand will become the first state to pass an Indian uniform civil code, because the Goa civil code is of the Portuguese.
Yes.
And this will be the first Indian uniform civil code, and Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami will also be the first Chief Minister.
So that history is right around the corner. February 7th, 6th it will be discussed, 7th it could be implemented. So this is a very, very big deal. The first state since independence, and like Ankit rightly pointed out, an Indian UCC, unlike Goa. So we'll keep a very close watch on that. Big political implications on the road to 2024. Ankit, appreciate it. Thanks very much for joining me with those details. And the day's been filled with dramatic scenes on the streets of the national capital, where Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today skipped his 5th summons by the Enforcement Directorate in the Liquor Gate case. This was the 5th summons to the Aam Aadmi Party chief in connection with the Delhi liquor policy case that we've been tracking very closely. He has skipped 4 summons that have been issued to him so far, calling each one of them illegal and politically motivated. In a statement, the Aam Aadmi Party repeated that the summons issued to him were illegal and branded it as a part of Modi's political conspiracy to topple the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi by arresting its all-powerful Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. His party once again termed the summons as unsustainable in law. Well, in the backdrop of this Enforcement Directorate heat, Aam Aadmi Party workers at their party office in Delhi protested, and these were some of those pictures that you saw in different parts of the national capital. They protested against the BJP government over the Chandigarh mayoral election results as well, which they say was completely rigged. Arvind Kejriwal also participated in a protest along with Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann. The Aam Aadmi Party alleges that the mayor poll was rigged by the BJP. Heavy security has been deployed in and around Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's residence in the capital, Aam Aadmi Party and BJP headquarters, to maintain law and order in Delhi NCR.
आज पूरे दिल्ली से, हरियाणा से, पंजाब से इतनी जनता आ रही थी यहाँ पे प्रदर्शन करने के लिए, सबको रोक दिया इन्होंने, पूरी दिल्ली को छावनी बना रखा है। क्यों भाई? क्यों भाई? आप जनता को कैसे आने से रोक सकते हो? कोई हिंसा करने के लिए थोड़ी आ रहे थे। हमारी आंदोलन से निकली हुई पार्टी है, बड़े-बड़े आंदोलन किए हैं। आपको क्या लगता है जनता को ऐसे रोक दोगे कि जनता की आवाज बंद हो जाएगी? और जनता की आवाज बुलंद होगी। जितना जनता को रोकने की कोशिश करोगे, जनता की आवाज और उतनी बुलंद होगी।
इस शांतिपूर्ण विरोध प्रदर्शन से पहले पूरे दिल्ली भर में बैरिकेड लगा दिए गए। इस शांतिपूर्ण विरोध प्रदर्शन से पहले आम आदमी पार्टी के एमएलए को हाउस अरेस्ट किया जा रहा है। आम आदमी पार्टी के ऑफिस को छावनी बना दिया है, सैकड़ों पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस को वहां पे खड़ा कर दिया गया है। तो आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी को इतना डर लग रहा है कि एक तरफ चुनाव में फ्रॉड करते हैं और दूसरी तरफ अब शांतिपूर्ण प्रदर्शन भी क्या देश में नहीं हो सकता?
जब ये चुनाव हारते हैं तो मशीनों में गड़बड़ होती है, इलेक्शन कमीशन बेईमान है। जब ये चुनाव जीत जाते हैं तो इनकी लोकप्रियता आ जाती है। तो इसीलिए नाच न आवे आंगन टेढ़ा, वो स्थिति है। लेकिन केजरीवाल साहब से पूछना चाहते हैं हम लोग, हम कोई केजरीवाल के खिलाफ नहीं है। इस देश के सिस्टम में केजरीवाल ने जो शब्द यूज किया था कि राइट टू रिकॉल कानून होना चाहिए देश के अंदर, तो अब आपके ऊपर आरोप लग रहे हैं, आपकी जांच में आप दोषी पाए जा रहे हैं, 5-5 नोटिस आपको मिल गए हैं, तो आप क्यों भाग रहे हैं? तो इसीलिए अब ये इसको इवेंट बनाकर दोबारा जब केजरीवाल साहब चुनाव जीते थे तो लोगों में ये परसेप्शन बनाने में कामयाब हो गए थे, ये कहकर कि मुझे काम नहीं करने दिया जाता। दिल्ली की जनता ने सोचा वास्तव में इनको काम करने से रोका जा रहा है, ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली काम कर रहे होंगे, जबकि तब भी ये अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल काम कर रहे थे।
Abhishek Anand joins me live from the national capital, and this is a story that can only possibly escalate. Abhishek, very tense moments, big protests mounted by the Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. Is this going to continue now? 5th summons has been ducked by Arvind Kejriwal. There will probably be another summons at some point of time. There is this buzz in the air over, Arvind Kejriwal's possible arrest, etc. So this is a story that's not over.
Well, certainly, Shiv, next notices will be served to Arvind Kejriwal, and he will be asked to present himself in front of the investigating officers of the Enforcement Directorate. Today, there were protests and there were counter-protests. So the entire Lutyens Delhi, the entire area was completely jam-packed. In fact, the borders, the Singhu border that connects to Delhi to the western part of India, and the Ghazipur border that connects the Uttar Pradesh to Delhi, both of these key roads were completely blocked.
Yeah.
It was a total traffic mayhem today because of these two protests. And this is going to escalate, Shiv, because the elections are coming. The Aam Aadmi Party and the Indie Alliance specifically are targeting BJP and saying that this is the only Indie Alliance groups, CMs and other leaders who are on the ED radar, while the BJP claims that Arvind Kejriwal must go in front of the ED and all the charges that are made against him should be cleared off, all the charges, otherwise he should resign. And the BJP is going to continue this protest because of the elections are very near, and the BJP wants all these seats. BJP wants all 7 seats to stay with the party in Delhi.
Yes, that's right. The BJP had swept the Delhi Lok Sabha last week in 2019, and will be looking to do the same this time. We'll keep a very close eye on this, and Abhishek is absolutely right. This being election season, you can expect things to only escalate from this point on. Abhishek, thanks very much for getting us that. Well, from Delhi to the continuing political blockbuster that has gone down in Jharkhand. After days of political drama, Jharkhand finally got its new chief minister today. The JMM's Champai Soren, an aide of Hemant Soren, who is now in jail, took oath as the 7th chief minister of Jharkhand. Along with him, the Congress's Alamgir Alam and RJD's Satyanand Bhogta also took oath as ministers in the state. Now, Champai Soren will have to prove his majority within the next 10 days. And that's why the JMM Congress Alliance fears activation of Operation Lotus in the state. That is, that the BJP might try to break the vulnerable party apart. On Thursday, the Gathbandhan, they booked 2 chartered flights to Hyderabad, but due to low visibility, the flights couldn't take off. Now, once again, 35 MLAs of this Mahagathbandhan, that's the JMM and the Congress, are on board chartered planes and are currently en route to Hyderabad. We understand they've already arrived. They will be brought back to Ranchi just before the floor test. So there are apprehensions within the Mahagathbandhan, the JMM and the Congress, that the BJP might be trying to break them apart and form its own government there.
झारखंड प्रदेश बहुत सा उताल पुताल विपक्ष की ओर से जो झूठ प्रचार आज झारखंड को अस्थिर करने का जो उन लोग का प्रयास रहा विपक्ष का, वो आज हमारा गठबंधन का शक्ति सफल नहीं होने दिया। आगे भी विपक्ष का किसी प्रकार का झूठ का उनका षड्यंत्र जो है, हमारा गठबंधन की इतना ताकत है, झारखंड के आदिवासी मूलवासी का एक एक चीज उन लोगों का से वाकिफ हो गया, उन लोग झारखंड को क्या दिशा लेने चाहते हैं।
Such is the atmosphere in the country at the moment on the threshold of India's next Lok Sabha election that the opposition feels very, very vulnerable. Remember, the BJP has multiple times in the past actually managed to break the opposition at a time when it is most vulnerable, when it is on the back foot. The opposition has continuously pointed a finger at the BJP and said that it has misused agencies to put the opposition parties on the back foot and then try and form their own governments. Is that what is afoot in Jharkhand? Well, that is the allegation from the JMM, whose Chief Minister Hemant Soren is now behind bars and 5-day custody with the Enforcement Directorate. JMM MLAs have all flown now to Hyderabad to be kept safe in a resort in Hyderabad until the floor test that the new Jharkhand Chief Minister will have to prove 10 days from now. Apurva Jayachandran is live with me from Hyderabad. Apurva, fears and vulnerabilities in the Jharkhand ruling party that the BJP might be trying to, break the party apart and form its own government in Jharkhand. Everybody safely in a resort in Hyderabad now.
Well, definitely, Shiv. In fact, we're just outside the resort here, Lenu Resorts, which you can see almost 1 kilometer away. There have been barricades that have been put up here, and intelligence and police personnel who have gathered here, not allowing anybody to go inside. In fact, senior Congress members from here, from Hyderabad, in fact, have also not been allowed to go inside. 2 or 3 leaders, including Ponnam Prabhakar and several senior leaders, have already made arrangements when they had arrived at the airport to welcome these MLAs from Jharkhand who had arrived here. Close to 35 to 40 MLAs had landed roughly around 4 p.m. this evening from Jharkhand in 2 special planes into Hyderabad's private airport, that is the Begumpet airport, which is reserved specifically for VVIP movement. And now, as you can see, the entire area has been barricaded and cornered off. All of these MLAs had gone there in 2 buses. They had been put into 2 buses there, and they had been taken from the Hyderabad Begumpet airport right up to here at Shamirpet at Lenu Resorts. And as you can see, over what we are learning from sources is that close to 70 excuse me, close to 70 rooms have been booked at Lenu Resorts for these MLAs to stay, and all arrangements have been made by the Congress government over here. We're also seeing that several leaders from the Congress have already gone inside Lenu Resorts. And remember, yesterday they were supposed to fly in. The rooms are already booked. But today, yet again, the rooms have been extended. And now close to 60 rooms have been booked for these MLAs to ensure that they are well taken care of here, and to ensure that no attempts of poaching can be made possible by other parties.
Okay, Apurva, keep tracking that story. We'll keep coming back to you. Thanks for getting us that live report from the latest chapter of resort politics, this time from Jharkhand to Hyderabad. We've got some breaking news coming in. And we were just telling you about the Uniform Civil Code proposal in Uttarakhand. Well, India Today has now accessed a first copy of the draft UCC bill. Here's what the draft report says. The marriage age of girls will be 18 years and that of boys will be 21 years. There will be mandatory registration of marriage. Both husband and wife will have equal reasons and grounds for divorce. The same grounds for divorce which are applicable for husband will also be applicable for wife. Second marriage will not be possible as long as one wife is alive. That is, polygamy will be banned. Girls will have equal rights in inheritance. Declaration of live-in relationship will be necessary. This will be like a self-declaration. Scheduled tribes will be excluded. So these are the contours of the UCC draft that is going to, or at least headed towards becoming the first UCC, Uniform Civil Code, in the country in Uttarakhand. Let's go straight across to Ankit Sharma, breaking these very, very important details. Ankit, crucial details: polygamy banned, self-declaration of live-in relationships, inheritance issues. It looks like this draft covers all the major hot points.
Yes, you're right, Shiv. And just like in Delhi, CM Pushkar Singh Dhami was mentioning that it's a very vast and detailed civil code. It has 4 volumes and more than 740 pages. It has 400 sections which mentions rules and clauses on marriages, live-in relationship status, polygamy, and there are many clauses which are also related to maintenance of women after the divorce and how on what grounds the divorce would be given. Earlier, there were different counseling time for divorce, and now it is going to be the same for every religion. Earlier, it was for Christians, it was more than 1 year, and for Hindu marriages, it was like 6 months and not more than 6 months. But now it is going to be the same for all divorce processes. Now, live-in relationship is going to be mandatory. Registration would be mandatory for live-in relationship as well, and minors won't be allowed to register, and the parents would also we need to be informed so that it is well in place. So the government is making big changes, and these contours of the UPC bill is very wide and in detail.
Okay, Ankit, big breaking story there from Dehradun editor. We'll keep tracking that story. UCC up ahead in Uttarakhand, set to become the first state to have an Indian UCC, the first since independence.